What is up? Happy Wednesday of Kids Camp, everybody. July 13th. Again, today is in fact July 6th. You didn't miss camp. But let's just jump right into it. ABC. Today is day 3 of camp. It is the C for contribute. So what we're really trying to tackle here is the question: how do I, as a 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th grader, contribute to the kingdom of God? Our church, we always say, hey, here's the things, here's how you can serve. We always say things for adults. We never say things for kids. We are going to tackle this for kids. So let's jump right into, kids are going to check in. You're going to start off with an icebreaker from 9 to 9:30. It says, man, some of the best acts of the circus are amazing because they simply make you say, what? And it's not always the high-flying trapeze or the human cannonballs or the fire breathers. It can just be the guy who flips his eyelids inside out. And I say that because kids freaking love flipping their eyelids inside out, and it's the weirdest thing. One of you has a kid who only has one real eye, and he will just straight up take his eyeball out. So just a heads up on that one, Miranda. You're going to do a show and tell of what, if you were going to be in the circus, what would your act be? What would your trick be? And it can be, like, for me, I might say, like, dude, I watched one at the circus recently where this guy just, like, ran around this circle that went up to the ceiling. I can't do that in the room. I don't have to show you how I would do that. That's just, like, I thought it was so stinging cool. But if they want to show you how they can do somersaults or cartwheels, they can certainly do that too. Then we break up. We go to half of you large group, half of you small group. And the large group crew, again, it's going to be more of the same but different. So more games, more worship, more story. Very simple. Our story is about John chapter 2, which is the wedding at Cana, where they run out of wine and Jesus does his first miracle. And the part that really stands out is that Mary, Jesus' mom, says, like, hey, you need to do this. And he's like, no, not yet. And she turns to the guys next to him and just goes, just do whatever he tells you. And that's one of the things we need to do when we serve God is, like, we just need to do what he tells us. And the best way to serve is the way that God has made us to serve. So we go to our small groups. The first activity, it's the first one, and it's going to take the longest amount of time if you want it to. Sand art. Every kid is going to get a box of sand art. If you want to say a quick prayer for a shipping miracle, we bought all that they had, and then they restocked on Amazon, and we bought all that they had, and then they restocked, and we bought all that they had, and it's literally leaking sand on me right now. So I'm going to put that down. It is not all here yet. We are hoping, we have until next Wednesday, but go and say a prayer that the sand would get here. Because this, I don't want to spoil too much even for you as a leader, but this is a key object lesson on stage, that the colors of the sand represent the ways that God made us all differently, and that, maybe God made you to be a little bit of, maybe it's a sense of humor, or maybe it's the musical ability, and maybe that's what the blue represents, and the yellow represents, how much you love to draw. And okay, so we are all made differently. How can God use that? So it's from the story or from the lesson. We're gonna do that in small group. Then as a group, and you can do this you can do B while you're doing A. You're just having a conversation of going, okay, so what are ways that we can serve? If you know that God has made you to be funny and loud and crave being the center of attention, dude, be a children's pastor. It's pretty ideal. And so just go, hey, how can we do that? Come up with, hey, what are 10 ways that you could serve as a 3rd grader at church? Hey, what are 10 ways you could serve as a 5th grader at home? Hey, as a 1st grader, how do you serve in your community? As you have that conversation with your group. Then you're going to play a game called Suck It Up, where every kid's going to get their own straw, and you're going to have to move these fuzzy palms from one bucket to another, but they're all in individual buckets, and then they all get put into one big bucket, and the whole thing is like, hey, you just moved one little palm, or you moved one at a time, but you only moved 3, your whole team moved this many, but all together, look at the impact that it made. The straws are here somewhere. I bought all that Walmart had. Can't find them anywhere. That's fun. And so again, that's that. So here's the stuff you're gonna need for that. I also bought like 100 packs of these. Just my Walmart trips are ridiculous right now. You're gonna do a memory verse matching game. So it's the verse, you've been practicing this verse all week, therefore go and make disciples of all nations. You're gonna have 2 sets. These are identical sets. Okay, you're going to take 2 sets, lay them all face down. There's 12 cards. This actually might be 2 sets right here. There are 12 cards per set, so there are 24 cards out on the ground. And you're playing this just like crazy huge game of memory. Expert level is they have to get it in the right order. So like you can't get Of All Nations until you get Therefore Go. That is, again, I wouldn't recommend that unless your kids are like, this is the easiest game, then make it harder. But so there's those for that. And then lastly is another David Laughlin card trick. So you take your iPhone or tablet or Android, I guess. You don't have to have an iPhone. You just scan that with your camera, and then you click on it, and it'll open up. And then, by the way, all that stuff you're going to have in these packets every single day. You get all the things I'm showing you. They come in a packet ready to go for you. So there's that. For lunch this day, we are having Subway sandwiches. So sandwiches will get delivered, chips, chips, and then we'll have bottles of water, and we'll do some sort of like Costco cookie, I'm sure. And then we head into our afternoon rotations. Now you got your groups, which are they're finalized almost. If your group has 10 kids in it, you could potentially get 1 or 2 more kids by the time camp starts. If your group has 12 and one group has 13, and there's a circumstance there, one group has 13. If you have 12 or 13 kids, your group is done. Your group's done. You're not getting any more kids. We've maxed out your group. But if your group has 10 and a parent calls today and says, hey, I know it's too late. Can my kids still come to camp? Yes. As long as that grade, like if we're full of first graders, by the way, we're full of first graders. And you go, hey, can my first grader come to camp? No, I'm sorry, we're full. But if you go, hey, can my 4th grader come to camp? Yes, because we have space in 4th grade groups. But again, to preserve the integrity of the small group time, we are capping the groups now at 12, except for the one. So I made a few changes even though in the last few hours. So I sent them to you. I'm going to send them again. 99% of you have nothing to worry about. It's the exact same. Like 5 of you have different things. So anyway, you're going to take those groups. So you have like red 1 through red 5. You're going to be group A. Red 6 through red 10. You're going to be group B. So when you go through the rotation, our 4 things. It's Water Wednesday. Bring clothes to change into as a leader. For kids, we're just going to say, dude, wear your swimsuit all day long. Because we are going to do water relays in the West Field. And I'll point out where that is. I'll give you a map. Don't worry about it. We're doing water relays. Another place we're going to do sprinkler tag. We're going to turn all the sprinklers on from the church's sprinkler system and give kids pool noodles. And they're going to run around and play tag and just wear each other out. And you can play or you can just sit and watch. We rented water slides. So we're going to have like 3 or 4 water slides and like water slip and slide things. It's going to be great. And then finally a water balloon toss / some free time. So if your kids have been outside for a while and they're going like, it's hot. Okay, throw a water balloon around. Go chill inside or at least in the shade. We're trying to keep them outside because we don't want to make the church all soaking wet. Bonus surprise this day. At 1:30, the Kona ice truck is going to pull up. We've prepaid for everyone, you included, gets Kona ice. It's not its own rotation, though, because they're only here for an hour. So whatever it is you're doing, I would say, like, if you hold your place in line, like, you're one of the leaders in your group, and then when you're close to the front, you just go, hey, I need my 12, get over here. And you guys get your Kona ice and get out of the way for the next group. They're going to pre-make 300 ice cream cones, or, ice cones. And their kids are just going to show up and go, I want cherry, I want raspberry, I want blue, I want, and they just make it and go. And so we're trying to keep them outside because they're going to be all wet. Except I do understand at the end, you're going to go back inside to your small group so we can check out safely. So that's what's going on with that there. As far as questions go, I had, I don't want to miss one. Erin sent me a question. Erin, she said, hey, since volunteers need to be there at 8 in the morning, what if we have a kid attending? Do they just come with me? Yeah, just bring him or her, I guess. There's a lot of you have kids coming. We're going to have games like the 9 Square and the Gaga Ball already set up every day. So they just go play. they go to the playground, they go play basketball, whatever. Just bring them with you at 8 o'clock. That's no big deal. Obviously, I'm not going to be like, hey, can you leave your kid at home? But that's a great question because someone else asked me that a couple days ago, and I just answered it, like in an email. But now that someone else asked it, it's great. And then, let's see, I feel like I missed one. Someone else, yep. Okay, great, that's it. Where'd you guys go? There we go. Okay, that's it for Wednesday. I say that's it. Wednesday's kind of a crazy day. Like we're making sand art and then we have water slides in the afternoon. I'm like, that's it. Good news on other things getting delivered. Those are our laser tag guns. I can't do it. There we go. I'd be a terrible weatherman. Those are our laser tag guns. It's going to be great. Guys, keep it up. If you have any questions, email them to me. And I'll answer them, Aaron. Hopefully I answer your question. We're going to have a great day. We're going to have a great week. And guys, tomorrow's the last day of kids camp. Can you believe it? We've already reached the end. What if that was true, man? Okay, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions. Peace out.